Come on here. Appreciate y'all clicking in. We're gonna look at changing going from a 6-volt generator and voltage regulator up to a more modernized 12-volt alternator. For the purist, I'll just go ahead and apologize because I'm not. What happens if you decide to go out of town in your old rig and a bearing goes out in it, or it decides that it don't want to produce electricity anymore, so you're broke down on the side of the road? But I would much rather have something that I could go up to the parts store in that town and say, let me have it. So I want to update, and especially the voltage regulator. What an aggravating thing if it's not absolutely perfect. And quite frankly, and I know there's a lot of places that probably have good ones, but from my personal experience, when you get a replacement voltage regulator, it's by the lowest bidder from some foreign country that it's just, and it's too much of a risk. While I am creating a hurdle to get over here and now, I personally feel like it's probably going to be a huge payoff later on down the road. Here in Georgia, Hudsons are like unicorns as far as their rarity. You never see them. Now, I know from watching a lot of the online videos out toward the Midwest, the Dakotas, South Dakota, Nebraska, and all that, apparently they were like common as a Chevrolet out there. I see a lot of Hudsons out there, but I'm on the other side of the world, and at any rate, parts are hard to get for it. I found an instrument cluster here the other day. It's 3 hours away. I mean, that's the absolute closest I can find it. So when it comes to part numbers and trying to figure out what is going to work, if I didn't have the forums like Facebook and stuff, I wouldn't even know what to get or where to go. So as kind of like a service to anybody who's willing to tune into my precious little videos, I want to be able to help somebody out. So if you're considering this, really on any car, not just a Hudson, but if you're considering this on any car, doing a real one-wire alternator, not one of them 3-wire one-wire alternators, because I see a lot of people doing that, and I've done that, and it's kind of a headache because you got your little 2-prong that goes in there. It's an energizer wire and something else, and you got to run a bunch of wires for that. This right here, I'm going to show you the part number. This is a true, real deal one wire, and you may think I'm playing it up, and quite frankly, I am, because it's such a streamlined deal. I mean, I don't know why some manufacturer hadn't come up with, like, just saying, you know what, we're just gonna make one wire alternators. That's all we're gonna build. But at any rate, this is an AutoZone part number. It's a DL 7140M, and it's an alternator with a built-in regulator, and I'll show you the difference. So on the 3-wire one wires, this right here has 2 prongs in it, and no, it ain't a big deal, but it's still aggravating. This little jewel right here has one connection. That's it. You take your battery wire and you can run it through a switch, or you can run it straight to the battery, and a job well done. It's over with. There's not a whole bunch of running wires and figuring and stuff like that. Arcing, they love to arc. I doubt this video will catch on, but if it does, I just shot myself in the foot by telling everybody this part number, because they're already hard to get. As a matter of fact, this one has been sitting here for well over a year. I bought it for another project, and then somebody came up wanting an automobile, so I was like, you may want to get you one of them one-wire deals. Get mine on the shelf. Now that our public service announcement is over, I'm going to stand here in a precious little puddle while I work in electricity. The goal is to get that out and to get this out and to get the old one wire in, real one wire in. So home we go. Yeah, we're gonna try it. I don't know how well this perched up camera position is gonna work, cause I'm not quite high tech enough to have a tripod and all lit up. I'm not going to use a generator, but there's no need to destroy it. So get this fancy stuff right here, and I just put a little dab on whatever I'm turning, just cause the stuff it is ridiculous how this stuff works, man. Yeah, about turn that with your fingers, it eat through that rust that quick. And it smells so much better than the other stuff, which other stuff's pretty fair too. I mean, by the time you consider the price of the other stuff compared to this coil, you just about have to take out a loan for that coil stuff. It's expensive. That little can that I just showed, if I ain't mistaken, I paid $28 for that little can of coil. So I use it quite sparingly, but it smells, honestly, it smells like a tub and tile cleaner or something, not like a strong chemical. We got 2 wires off. Got 2 wires off there, in all enough. Seems to me that's what they start doing when they want you to buy a new phone. They start telling you your current one don't work. It's a conspiracy.
Turn the friggin' frogs gay.
All right, that come off really good. Let's see about this bolt down here. Oh goodness, no wonder it come off really good. This bottom bolt is loose and all in there. All right, all them bolts are out. See if we can pull it out. That alone right there is ridiculously heavy. Here's what you're looking at behind the alternator. Big old long bracket. Just keep our fingers crossed we ain't gotta mess with that, but if we do, we will. Good start is to eyeball it. We're gonna put this down here like so. And of course, the bracket's off. So yeah, you're gonna have to take the bracket off and drill some holes. So here's what we're looking at. If you can keep your pulley, give you an idea of alignment on the pulleys versus the actual bracket. I think the top one's usually okay. It's the back one, and you don't want to alter your alternator. In other words, if any change in the retrofit this occurs, you want it to be done to the car because, again, well, at least me, I want it done to the car because if this goes out on the road and I've ground this back, you know, cut this piece of metal out so it would fit without having to alter the bracket. Well, what happens when you're going down the road and your alternator goes out? Well, now you can't put a new alternator on without grinding it down or doing what I should have done to begin with, which is alter the bracket. So I'm gonna get a measurement on this, and that's the measurement that I'm gonna alter the bracket to. Get this bracket off here. Here it is. That's what we're gonna use anyway. Run this buddy up. We got a couple little burrs on there. Knock them down right quick. Alright, we're back to this point. So now we got some playroom here. We're just gonna loosely stick this in for the time being so we can get everything. We'll put bigger washers on it, or I'll put bigger. Well, you got a mouse in your pocket? It's hard to see that this engine is at an angle until you're over here putting a bracket on and you're like, what the Sam Hill's going on here? Cut that straight-ish. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah.
No. No, man. No, man.
Here's one for all the purists. We're gonna use the old nut. Oh man. What do you do? What do you do sometimes? You just don't do nothing. You just go on. Act like you don't know and be happy and run into new problems and use old solutions. I've done this a couple times. And I have to say that Eastwood plasma cutter, if you don't have one, you're gonna want to get one at some point in your life on account of it being a good thing. Now I can put, let's see here. I'd be worried about my wires if they weren't already destroyed from time. Like so. Make sure we got it. Yep, it's down there. We gotta move it forward just a snip bit. I don't have it hooked up because I mainly just want to make sure the belt ain't gonna go flying off. That belt right there, bless its heart, it's wore out. Yeah, brief intermission. Battery crapped out, so we had to go get us an Econo crap. Now let's see what it'll do. Got a little vibration. What that'll do. So here's the moment of truth. Is it charging? Or will we get electrocuted? Let's see. And it's charging. It's in parade. Very good. Very good. Somewhat of a maiden voyage. We're going to take a little insurance policy with us. Just in case. Because you just don't ever know. Like butter. I don't know, but we're gonna try. Lord willing, we'll make it. There and back. We gotta get some non-ethanolic in this thing. see how much it. We're gonna put about $17 in it. First time this thing's had. The first time this thing has been to the gas station in a very, very, very long time. We got a little bit of drippage there. Got a little too excited on the fill up. I don't know, but I think my heat might actually be working. Yeah, rat key. Running out pretty good, pretty good. Stop. You gotta get all the way across the line and in the road before you push the brake pedal. I don't understand that. Well, she did real good going to the gas station. I just want to check some temperatures now. I'm going to hit the thermostat at 120, 130. Radiator is 113. Check this side of the thermostat. 150. Everything's running cool, running right. Can't beat that with a stick. We got our alternator. Like a mess. That's weird because it don't look all wobbly in real life. I'm gonna slow-mo it. And we got to take her on the maiden voyage, which I'm proud of. Been looking forward to that for a while. Well, I got to digging around in my stuff. Found the mirror. What about that? Let's go wash it. Got it cleaned up as good as we're concerned with it being. Got a decent little mirror. Go put it back in the car now. See about that. I apologize for the washed out picture there, but we're not in the business of making movies here. We're in the business of hanging a mirror in a 54 Hudson Hornet. And I may be out of business. Great day. You stupid thing. And your screwdriver's either too long or too short. Ain't that the way it goes? Can you aggravate me a little? Can you give me a hard time? I'm doing this thing today with the light right in my eyes. You know I can't see what I'm doing, and that's just fine. 'Cause I'm staring in the light till it makes me half blind. Well, we got that screw in now. See if we can get this in over here in now. I think this one was the problem child to begin with. Oh, you devil. Well, that'll work till my wife learns to drive it, and then she'll rip it off, I'm sure. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. Well, we found us a bigger screw, and now we can look at the rear view mirror. Wouldn't know how to act if I had a decent camera tripod. We got I got a lot big hurdle there, putting an alternator and all the aggravating little adjustments that it has to have, but what a difference it makes as far as dependability and being able to drive it. So at least now we know that in the event we break down somewhere because the alternator went out, it won't be an act of Congress and involve a shipping department and UPS and FedEx and all the rest of them. We just go to the parts store and get an alternator. In the meantime, got a pretty decent 6-volt generator that's looking for a new home because I don't belong here. I got a whole stack of them on the shelf that I don't use. So thank y'all for clicking in, and I hope you found it a little interesting, if nothing else, amusing. And until we go get something else to put on it, you guys have a good one. All right.